Hey everybody, welcome to the Legacy Up channel. My name is Giovanni Rodriguez. For those of you who do not know me, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and on this channel, my main focus is to help you see that there is the possibility of creating long-term success and creating a legacy. Basically, I want you to understand, and I'm going to bring concepts, different people, interview different individuals, and bring you, based on my personal experience and other people's experience, I want to bring you the importance of building something great and the importance of you being able to recognize that you have the potential to create a legacy or to create something long lasting, something that you can be remembered for by your family, by your friends, and in some cases, even by society, and maybe for some of you, by a nation or by the world. And this, I think, is important because a lot of us may have limiting beliefs, and I want to break through that. I had them as I was growing up, as I was going and moving my way up in corporate, and now that I'm on the entrepreneurial journey, I've had to break through different mindsets, and each level has taught me so many different things. And on this channel, I want to bring all that together, all of those experiences, other people's experiences, and really show you that you can create something great, something spectacular, that when you're not here anymore on this earth, you'll be proud that your legacy will continue to impact lives after you are gone. And I think that's a beautiful thing. That's why I created this channel. So if you're interested in that content, subscribe, hit the like button. I'd really, really appreciate it, because that will help us reach more people and create more legacy builders. And that's what I'm going to call everybody, all of you who are subscribing to this channel, who are part of the community. I want us to be legacy builders, people who are building something great for humanity, for society, for your community, for your family. And I'm proud to have you all here tuning into this channel. So thank you for that. Now, on this specific video, I want to talk about a little bit of my story in the beginning, where when I quit, and when I say I quit, I mean I quit my corporate job. Because some of you may know from my previous videos, I've stated briefly, I was in corporate for almost 10 years. While in that span of time, that was like my foundation to business. I learned the core areas of a business, how it worked. I learned a lot of sales skills in that job, because I really, before that job, just so you guys know, I was a bagger at a grocery store. While I was in university, I would part-time basically help people with their groceries, pack it up for them, and if they wanted to, I would help take those groceries to their car. So I've thankfully come a long way, and I remember those days, with fond memories, because I remember back then how I was dreaming and can never imagine, right, that I would have taken the journey I'm on now, but I'm glad that I did it. So once I got out of that job, because I graduated university and got in the corporate world, then I just started building up, learning and soaking in information, making errors and embarrassing myself a few times, but then getting back up and learning how to build teams and delegate and not micromanage, and learn how to trust people, and then build that trust, and then through that trust create great relationships, which will then empower other people, and just all of these different concepts that come when you're basically managing an office and managing a team of people and trying to hit certain goals. And I'm grateful also for that opportunity that the company gave me, and the corporate world gave me, to learn these principles and to learn a lot of what I'm using now in my businesses. So it's really interesting, but not everything is a road of roses, and in this case, it's not an exception. One thing I want to go through a few things that I learned when I quit and finally got into the journey, and towards the legacy I want to build and I'm building now. But when I quit initially, it was one of the biggest steps I made in my life, and a very complicated, controversial step. And it wasn't easy because at that time I was not in a bad place, right? I had worked my way up in the company where before I was in the company here in Puerto Rico, and then I transferred over to Florida. And while in that process of management, there's a lot of different perks and benefits, right? I had my own company car. I had didn't have to really pay for gas, and plus I had a good salary, and everything was feeling right. But I was really having to invest a lot of time, obviously, in the company because of all these different things that they provided me, and they expected me to be on call. They expected me to show up when I was needed, and rightfully so, because I was getting a lot from them. So at the end, though, is when I noticed something. Right when I was about to quit, unfortunately, some of you may know from also the previous videos, I briefly mentioned it as well. My wife had a health situation that all of a sudden impacted us, and it was another big moment in my life that's been a challenge, but it's strengthened me in a lot of areas as well, and showed and really brought out some traits in me that were hidden, and through these situations I've been able to strengthen myself in a lot of areas, through the help of God, my friends, and the support of the people around me. We've been able to get through it, but and we're continuing to go through that battle, and it's getting better. But back then, when it was still a lot stronger, the situation was affecting us in a bigger way. The company knew about it because it was affecting me. I was having to, sometimes I wouldn't be able to get there on time because I wasn't able to, rest completely during the night, and I would be up all night, and etc. So it was affecting some of my performance as well. But thankfully, during different stages, they were pretty understanding of that, and I'm grateful for that. But towards the end, though, when I actually said, you know what, I gotta make the leap. If I really wanna be there for my wife, if I really wanna show her and give our family the best possible life, I have to create my own legacy. I can't keep building somebody else's, is what I kept thinking. I just kept thinking, and I thank my I thank my brother-in-law too. My brother-in-law, he really opened my eyes to entrepreneurship. He's a really smart guy, and had been in the corporate world for a while, and noticed certain things and decided to move and go on his own, and it was been a great experience for him. And he had already started his journey, and he was telling me all the different great things and not so great things about it. But he kept telling me that he felt the great things about it were outweighing the negative aspects. So he was always pushing me forward to, like, if you are gonna do it, and you're thinking about it, don't doubt it, go for it. I know you can do it, and I believe that's one of the best things you could do, is be an entrepreneur, to make an impact in other people's lives. It gives you the opportunity to build something that can impact people, economically, emotionally, because you can uplift them, you can help motivate them, you can help build them, because that team environment, that culture helps build people up or break them down, and I'm all about building people up. So, and he was like, I know you can do it, and he was always giving me his insights, and that helped me make the decision too. So it's always good to have people around you that help motivate you and keep that energy going. So right when I was about to quit, I let them know about it, so they knew I was because that's just the way I am. I mean, the company, I was almost 10 years with them. I had gone through so many different phases with them, and I was, I wanted to be very clear with them and honest, let them know ahead of time so they could get prepared, right, and get the other person in. And unfortunately, though, what I noticed though at the end is, well, my manager, who was always sort of like supportive and sitting me down, hey Gio, whatever you need, I got you. I know you're going through this situation with your wife, etc. and all this stuff. But if you need anything, just let me know. Until the moment when I actually was about to finish, then all of a sudden things started to change towards the end of my time at the company. Never understood why, but all I could say is, and the lesson I learned, and I want you guys to remember this, in most cases, unfortunately, a lot of times people who you think got your back, especially when it comes to business, be it corporate and political corporate relationships, or outside of business when it's a business transaction or business relationship, there's a lot of times, unfortunately, where the other person on the other side will not think twice about cutting your hand to protect themselves, or to focus on something that's more beneficial to them, or if they think that cutting you off or cutting your hand or eliminating you in some way from the equation is beneficial to them and them moving forward. A lot of times, unfortunately, people will do that, and they may have even the best intentions, and they may not be bad people, but they just, when times get rough, a lot of people don't have that core value and that demeanor to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna stay with my word. I'm gonna think this through, and I'm gonna, do the right thing. And a lot of times it's difficult for people when it comes to that choice. They're gonna choose to maybe not honor the agreement with you, or try to push you in directions that they know is not convenient, but it's convenient for them, and it's just unfortunate. But you just have to see it as what it is, and know and recognize when that situation may come, so you can be prepared for it and do the best you can to be prepared. So in my case, I was basically sort of like in one situation, I was kind of there. That manager specifically was trying to get me to quit before I actually wanted to. I had already let them know an approximate date, but I wasn't sure yet. And he just, out of the blue, wanted me to quit immediately and try to indirectly make me send in a resignation letter when that wasn't my plan. And so it ended up, unfortunately, he ended up looking bad, because it wasn't the right thing to do, especially in the moment I was in, going through the situation I was going through, where I had been honest with them, and the situation was kind of complicated in that moment. Yet everything, that's what we have to focus and remember. Everything, one decision we make can make everything else we've done before be totally worthless. Let me clarify that. Before, a whole bunch of times he had told me, hey, I got your back, Giovanni, I if you need anything, blah 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 blah. But then in the most crucial moment towards the end, when things were more crucial for me, when I was, it was a lot more stress, because I was about to quit this job, which I had been at 10 years, and I was about to take this entrepreneurial journey where there was a lot of different unknown factors, a lot of different things were going on. Yet I felt that the way he handled that situation at the end showed me that everything that was said before, really, maybe he didn't mean it, or maybe he did, but it just took a little bit of that validity from what he had previously said, because of the actions he took at the end. So that, I want you to get with that. With that, I want you to understand that not all the time, everyone around you that says they want the best for you, or that they have your back, is necessarily, when things get tough, going to make the right decision. Not necessarily they're going to have your back 100%, and you have to accept that fact that may happen, and that people may betray you. People may want to lessen your dreams. They may want to bring you down a little bit, and supposedly try to bring you down to earth, so that you don't get hurt or whatever. But at the end of the day, the legacy is yours. At the end of the day, the person who's responsible for how you're going to be remembered is you. The person who's responsible for your family and for your success and for your future is you. So you have to stay focused on that and not worry about what other people are saying, and align yourself with people who are going to help you build. Align yourself with people who are going to help you be better. Align yourself with people, mentors, who are going to help clarify things for you, help put things into perspective, and that's one of the big things I've learned along the way is when I've quit, it sort of also like freed me up. I don't know what it was. Some of you who may be in this process, you know, thinking about starting an entrepreneurial journey, or maybe you've just started it. It's a liberating process. Right, you know, at first I thought I was gonna be really like nervous and scared, and then a little bit I was when I, you know, once you sign that off and you're like, it's done. I'm now on my own. But I was, at least in my case, I was really sure about it because I had a foundation, right? I had built the skills up in corporate of marketing, of building relationships, of team building, sales teams. I had, you know, analyzing reports and knowing how to maneuver different situations, different relationships. I had built that Rolodex of experiences and principles to the point where now I felt comfortable going on my own. And even then, like we've said before in other videos, it's not going to be easy. You're still going to have your challenges, but when you have that experience and you at least have that foundation, that will help you move forward and be motivated and not give up, because you believe in yourself, you believe in your dream, your vision, your legacy. You believe that you can accomplish that because you know in your heart that that's what you're called for, and that's important. So that's the main thing I wanted to portray in this video, because that's one of the biggest things I got from when I quit at the corporate world, right? And now I'm an entrepreneur journey. It showed me that there was a lot more to this, right? There's a lot more traits and factors that go into building a business, where you have to really be good in a lot of things. And now I'm understanding I'm building a team. That's what I'm working on now. Just so you guys know, I'm working on building an all-star team, a team of great people, a team of people who have strong energy, strong work ethic, and will help me in my weaknesses so that we can become better and create excellent results for our clients and the people we want to impact. So that's what I'm looking to build now, because I found the importance of understanding you're not perfect and that you're going to have areas that you have to be better at, and you're going to have to find out what those areas are and then bring on people who will help strengthen you in those areas and help you grow. And just like in corporate, your team is the most important thing you have, because they're the ones that are going to help you execute and make great things happen. Because by yourself, you can't make great things happen on a large scale by yourself. And it's the same way I've noticed in business on my own. So it's you know, that's been an eye opener for me. And when I quit, I was able to realize that. I was able to realize that I actually had a lot more potential than I thought as well, because in corporate, you sometimes get caught up in the whole competing, and you know, and sometimes in corporate it's not enough. Sometimes in corporate, you know, you may feel like you're undervalued, and it's, you know, I felt that way sometimes too, because as much as you would give, it was sometimes never enough, right? Whereas here on the with your own business, you create that energy. So you create the goals and you set the bar, and you know if you hit it or not. So if you hit it, you can say, hey, good job, we did it. Now let's go on to the next level. And at least you have that self-recognition you can give, and you're not waiting for somebody else's recognition, right? You don't feed off of that. When you're on your own business, you feed off of the value you're providing to your clients, and off the satisfaction that your clients are having from the value you're providing. So that was a big one for me as well when I quit, because it helped me understand that I had the potential to create something great. I had the potential to build a legacy and build something that can impact other people's lives. Now I have time that I didn't have before as well, right? But that doesn't say you're not going to have doubts. I think that's the other thing I want to mention here quick in this video for you guys. You're going to have doubts. At any levels you're in life, when you start to go up, you're going to have your doubts. You're going to be doubtful. You're going to say, was this the right decision? Am I going in the right direction? Did I do the right thing? I'm not sure. No, keep pushing forward. Keep having faith and believing that you've done the right thing, that you are going to make it happen. As long as you stay focused, you work hard, you make sure that you stick to your values, right? And you have your focus on the right thing, on your end goal, and you know what you want your legacy to be, and you make sure your values are aligned to that, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen, then don't doubt. It's gonna come, the doubts are gonna come, but you have to be able to combat that and make sure that you lift yourself up, because sometimes there are gonna be people who are gonna lift you up, but there's gonna be other times where you're gonna have to lift yourself up, brush yourself off, and keep it moving. And when those times come, that's probably one of the most difficult times, because in certain times in the entrepreneurial journey, or even in the corporate life, you may find yourself by yourself, and you don't know, you're doubting yourself, or you don't know if you have the potential or you're good enough. But don't worry, you are good enough, you do have potential, but now it's on the ball's on your court for you to do whatever it takes. So you have to make sure you practice. You have to make sure you take those 1,000 shots per day, so that when the time comes to make that big shot, you're ready to go. Okay, so that's a big thing that I've learned as well. The doubt's gonna come, but you have to be able to be confident enough in yourself to know that you can make it happen. I mean, I had been thinking about creating videos and doing a channel for a while, just had never done it because I just had so much self-doubt of if I get on video, are people even gonna care about what I have to say, and are people gonna even want to see what I'm talking about? And self-doubt, right? It happens. But I finally took the leap, started taking action, and here I am with Legacy Up, helping people create their legacies, helping people create impact in the world, in the society, in their communities. And that's a beautiful thing, and I'm excited about what's happening. So you can't let doubt push you. You can't let doubt hold you back. And that's just something that I've learned also when I quit, and now I'm on my way to building the legacy. So I mean, I wanna leave it here, because I don't want to go too long on this video, but I think it's important that you guys got a little bit of that background of me, and understood a little bit of my journey more in depth. And yeah, looking forward to bringing you more videos. Like I said, this is gonna be one a day, guys. One a day. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be one loading up every day. I'm excited to continue to provide value for all of you, to keep bringing these conversations, keep motivating you to build your legacy, build something great. It's gonna be worth it. I want you to fully complete your purpose in life. I want you to take all of your potential and use it 100%. Because a lot of times I believe people only use maybe 50% of what their true potential is, because they listen to the people around them, they listen to negative people who bring them down and try to lessen their dreams and lessen their goals. And you can't. You got to cut those people out. Get yourself a good mentor. I'm a big believer in that. When I quit, one of the things I had taken from my corporate job is they were really big on mentorship in certain levels, and it did work in certain scenarios. If it depended really on the mentor and the relationship, and how you nurture that relationship. But as a businessman now, I realize that it's even more important, because mentorship is a big part of you getting past a lot of hurdles in your life and in business, because the mentor will help you push past your own doubts, push past your own limits, because they've seen it and they've maybe had those limits before, but since they've surpassed them, they can maybe see things in you that you may not even see in yourself. So I believe mentorship is sometimes underrated, undervalued, because the experience of somebody who is on a high level in any type of industry, in any type of specific skill set, is incredible value there, because you're getting direct insight from someone who has been there, done that, and you're going to be able to basically, it's sort of like in the games when you have the cheat codes and other people don't have the cheat codes, so they see you leveling up and getting all these extra items and hidden tokens, and you're like, wait a second, why didn't I find that? I mean, what? Or you're fighting them, and then all of a sudden you come out with this a Duke move, and you start, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, where did that come from? And you didn't know you had a cheat code that they didn't know about. Same thing happens when you got a mentor. in your business, in your life. You'll be able to do things you didn't think possible that weren't originally in the transcript of that game, but since you've got the cheat code, you're going to be able to surpass that even quicker. So think about that, take that in consideration, and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I want to end this saying that I think quitting was one of the best decisions I made, because it's showed me the potential I now have to even achieve greater things, and now I could provide value directly to my clients' life, other people's life, and people that I bring on board to my teams. I have a chance now to impact their lives even greater than if I was in a corporate structure, because now I can create the culture that I want that aligns with my legacy. So thank you. Hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned to the next one that's dropping in the next 24 hours. Let's legacy up. Take care.